What is going on, fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trainer podcast. This is the #1 show for online fitness coaches who are trying to grow a successful online business. In today's episode, I'm joined by two guest stars. We got #1, the fucking Wolf. What's up, bruh?
What's up, big boy? There we go. I literally thought you were going to be like, #1, Christine. And then you're going to be like, and then we got Cole here like usual, guys.
No, but you notice I didn't give you a rock star intro because last time I did, you were a little bit of a dick about it.
No, that was good. I thought that was actually one of your better intros. #1, the fucking Wolf. I'm like, that's perfect, bro. It sounds better than everything else. Even when you try to diss me, it sounds good. So it's all
You're easy to please. You're easy to please, eh?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so we got Cole, easy to please De Silva, and Christine Cardenas. What's up, Christine?
Oh, not much. It's going good. I'm kind of sad that I wasn't #1 though.
Dude, honestly, I'm gonna let you and Cole settle this. All right. I feel like I'm gonna be out of this one. Okay, so guys, I just want to remind you that in June we're giving away $1,000 on the podcast. So if you guys want to be entered to win $1,000 cash, all you need to do is screenshot any podcast episode, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at BMarkFit, let me know that you're tuning in. Automatically entered to win $1,000. And we've already done this 4 times. Last person I did it for bought a plane ticket to Hawaii. So if you want to buy a flight to Hawaii or anything else with $1,000, then screenshot, share your stories, tag at BMarkFit. Okay, so I'm excited to talk to Christine with Cole because Christine joined our program together, and she actually used some of your ninja tricks to make her first 10K, Cole.
Yo, I literally lost my fucking mind. I still remember, all right, when you went into the academy and you watched the video, and we're going to break it down and everything. And then you messaged that you hit 10K, and I lost my fucking mind. I think I did like 6 Instagram stories talking about how it's so easy if you guys just follow the program and follow the tips that we give you guys, because it's exactly what she did. And I remember like literally like it was yesterday. It made me fucking so amped up.
So let's do a little bit of a backstory on you, Christine. Who are you? Where are you from? How many kids you have? And just talk a little bit about like your, I guess, the before PT Dom story.
For sure. So I live in Humboldt, Saskatchewan, Canada. I have 3 children, 3 dogs, and a husband.
Are there 3 children and 3 dogs?
3 children and 3 dogs.
That's
not
a
just
lot. That's a lot.
Like real children and 3 dogs.
That's why I was confused. I was like, are the children the dogs?
No,
okay.
They're not the dogs. I have 2 of the children are twins. So 8-year-old twins now and a 16-year-old, all girls. A lot of estrogen up in here, and I feel bad for my husband some days. 2 of the dogs are girls too. There's only 1 boy dog. So it's like,
oh my gosh. Outnumbered.
Yeah. So I used to work, I'm in my 30s. I'm 34. So I have had other jobs before this. I used to work in a retail company for a long time, like industrial type retail, Princess Auto, if anyone cares. I don't know.
I do know Princess Auto.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I worked there for like 10 years. And I managed the warehouse and like the people, and there was like 50 people that I was responsible for. So I have a good like base of knowing what people are doing at times and staying in touch and stuff like that. So I think that's helped me so far. But anyway, after that, I decided to go back to school, and I took dental assisting. That was about 2011, I think. Then right after that, got married, got pregnant with twins, and it's been busy. And when I was pregnant with twins, I sort of like lost a good relationship with food. I had always been fit and healthy and whatnot, but when I got pregnant, it was like I was eating for not just 3, I was eating for like 100. And I got a really bad relationship with food. And while I was pregnant, I was up to about 270 pounds, I think. Like, that's pretty big.
Crazy.
And yeah. So after I had them, they were about a year old. And when I really realized that I had to make some changes, and I was working as a dental assistant then. And that's when I decided just, for something to do, I would take my personal training certificate, like for my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Nicole actually who I took dental assisting with, who was one of your clients.
Yeah.
She did the same. So I sort of reached out to her, actually hired her as a coach, and took my personal training certificate then. And I just started like.
What year was that? Sorry, if you don't mind me asking.
I think it was before she was your client. I think that was 2013.
Yeah, so it was a while ago. Okay.
Yeah. But that's how we connected too, was through her afterwards.
Yeah.
So I got my personal training certificate, and I was just like, it was more for me, helping family and friends and stuff like that. And then eventually I started like realizing that, you know, I really liked it and I was pretty good at it. So I started doing just like boot camps and stuff like that in the park. And then eventually an Anytime Fitness opened up here in Humboldt. And there was no like real decent gym where personal trainers worked before that. So through my connections with dental assisting again, the owner is a dental hygienist. So she asked me if I wanted a job there. And I started there in 2018 and was working there. So got experience and clients and all that. But I couldn't help people the way that I wanted to help them. Like it was, they came in and did their workout and left, and there was nothing outside of that. And you saw all these women that would come and like just go on the treadmill and then and never really make any big changes.
Yeah.
Christine, how long did you do that, by the way? I'm just curious, like the in-person training. How long were you an in-person trainer?
2 years, almost, like exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So towards the end of being there, I started doing nutrition on my own, because obviously like you have a do not compete. You can't train people outside of the gym. But I could do nutrition. So I started doing like an online nutrition somewhat. And that's sort of when I started with Brian's free case study that he did. But I just wasn't ready yet to like the investment that it took. And I was like, my husband was working crazy amounts of overtime, and I was doing anything that I could to earn an income in the gym, like get up, go teach group training at like 6 a.m, come back home, get my kids ready for school, go back to the gym, go get my kids from school, and then usually go back to the gym either to work out for myself or to work more. So
when you were like, I'm curious, because I feel like a lot of personal trainers that are listening to this, like, are putting in the same amount of work that you were. Well, I don't know if they work, like, I don't know if they have kids or whatever, but like just long hours. And because like the goal is to make as much as you possibly can with working as many hours as you were, how much were you making per month, like on average?
Really about $2,000. Like some of my paychecks were like 900. So for 2 weeks, pay was $900-ish, $1,000.
Jesus Christ.
That blows my mind.
Now it blows my mind. Like thinking back to those days, it's like, wow, that was insane. Like all that work for $1,000.
I remember 100%. Cole, she literally DM'd me the other day. I was like talking, looks like the title of the podcast is like 30K per month. She's like, oh man, like I was disappointed. Last month I only made $19,000. I'm like, only.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did $19,000 become only? She's like, well, I made 30 the month before and I only made, I'm like, only.
It's a perspective thing right there, girl. It's like, I feel like it's crazy too, because, and I'm so excited that you're talking about this right now, because the next thing I want to talk about is that $10,000 a month when we did the low ticket thing, because I feel like that's got some goodies in it. But it just blows my mind, because a lot of us have been there. We've been exactly where Christine has been, like that trainer in the gym. Like I only did it for 3 fucking months. You did it for 2 years. I literally went for 3 months. I got my first paycheck at $3,000 after working like literally from 4 a.m. until 11 p.m. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I was in a camp. I'm like, I thought this was going to be way better. I did it for like 2.5 months. And then me and Brian were like, fuck that. We just went full time online and like really ran it. But a lot of people I feel like can resonate with that. Like a lot of fucking coaches out there right now are slaving away in the gyms, working crazy hours and getting a $900 paycheck.
And they think it's normal. That's the crazy thing.
Like that was a good paycheck.
It's like, that's normal. I remember, there's a lot of trainers here that are like, once you're in the academy, like that's normal. And then once you're in the mastermind, like that's normal. But let's talk about our 10K month goal. Cause
100%. So, yeah, I want to ask you a question here because I'm amped up about this. This again, guys, like when we first figured out that, Christine came in, like broke her 10K a month, it blew my mind. So like when you first came into the academy and you had your first $10,000 a month, like right away, it was because of that low ticket training. All right, that you ended up watching that I put together. Now that's still in there, by the way, guys. Anybody who's listening to this, that is our client. That's
still the training.
It's
from
the
2 years, and it still fucking works.
It's the same fucking training. Like we didn't change anything with it. But I want to talk about that for a second. All right, like how did it make you feel that you made your investment back, and then a bunch more, like literally like that, just off of a low ticket training. How did that make you feel?
It was like, it still blows my mind. Just everything about online training still blows my mind, and like the impact you can have versus like trading your time for money on the hour. So yeah, I watched that training, and I remember you said in it, like, you were like on the way to a dentist appointment or something, and we're like, well, why don't I, message some people now? And I was like, that is the fucking thing to do. Like, why not now? Why not, ask? So watching that training, and then I had clients too that it was a convenient time for me because that was right when COVID hit, and I had all these clients that I could no longer serve because the gym closed.
Mm-hmm.
So transitioning them into that was like a pretty easy move. But like, I had 50 some people in my first challenge. I did a 6-week challenge.
And it was $200, right?
People in there. Yeah. So that was like 10K.
$10,000 right there. Dude, I was like, okay, so one of the things that I fucking love, and this is like, and if you're listening right now and you're looking for inspo, this is inspo number 1. Write this shit down. The success like speed.
Yep.
One of the traits in like across universally, across my most successful clients that come into the academy, is the ability to implement immediately. And so I remember when Christine joined, and then 3 weeks later, she created a group chat with me and Cole. She's like, just made 10K. We were like, what? It's like, I watched the low ticket training. I thought it was good. I DM'd 100 people and I sold 50 of them, and I made $10,000. And we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally the best fucking thing ever. I love that text. That made me so fucking excited.
I ran my 14-day challenge like probably 3 days in. I think 3
days into the academy, you ran your 14-day challenge.
Yeah, like the first day, one of the trainings I watched was the 14-day challenge. And I was like, that sounds like an amazing thing to do right now for people, because there's so many people right now that are like, what the hell am I going to do with my health and fitness while the gyms are closed? So I did that free challenge like within a week. I didn't even, like, talking about success like speed, I didn't even know how to use Trainerize, and I didn't have a program in Trainerize.
Yes.
The night before the free challenge started.
Yes.
No.
Guys, that's a nugget in itself. She didn't even know how to use it. She set it up. She was confident in her knowledge. Like, you've been an in-person trainer for a while, like confident in her knowledge, knows that she can help people, didn't know how to use like the system, but was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. And the only one, this goes for like so much in life too. The only one who's going to know that it wasn't perfect is you. Like, all those clients in there, as long as you're helping them and helping change their life, they're not going to know that you had planned to, have this other different workout in there, or you had planned to, do something specific, send a message or something. Like, they're not going to know.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who knows is you. And as long as you're helping them and they're successful and you're successful, like, it doesn't matter.
Fucking preach. This is the thing that a lot of you guys got to get over right there. Everybody's always wanting to be perfect. Everybody wants to be perfect on the phone, in the DMs, in their content, in their delivery. When again, just like she just said, okay, guys, write it down. Nobody knows but you.
Nobody knows but you.
It's a huge thing. Like, you messed up on the phone, just keep talking. You mess up in the DMs, just keep talking. You mess up in a client like doesn't see something they were supposed to see, fucking move on. Just keep running, keep fucking rowing. I like that a lot. Like, you guys got to write that down.
Dude, and that's the same for like live streams and stuff too. Like, I think that a big reason that people are afraid of going on live is they don't want to say something stupid.
Yep.
But it's just fucking say it. Like, just say it. Like, I say stupid shit all the time. And then I'm just like, well, that was dumb. I'm like, you just keep moving on. Yeah, I love that. Okay. So the speed of implementation for you, Christine, I think is one thing that you also had in the mastermind, because you came into the mastermind at like 10K, you graduate. I think when you graduated, you were around like 20 to 25. Is that like a skill that you've always had? Like, have you always been the type of person that like sees something and goes for it? Or was that something that you developed?
I think I'm an impulsive person, but almost like you said at the start, like the Saskatchewan people take longer. I do for a bit.
There's not a lot going on over there, so they need a lot of time to think about their shit.
So anyways, yeah, once I decide that like something's happening, like it's happening, no matter what, like it's gonna happen, whether it's perfect or not, it's gonna happen. So I know, like, in the mastermind. And that's one thing with our clients too. Like they invest money and they want changes to happen, and they want changes to happen fast, sometimes too fast. But I think that's how it's been for me too. Like as soon as I, gave you my money for the mastermind, I was like, all right, like I'm going to change my life and change hundreds of other people's lives in the process. What am I waiting for?
And that's the same. I feel like that's the same question everybody in the academy should be asking themselves too.
1,000,000%.
Right? Like you get like, guys, like, so if you're listening to this podcast right now and you're not in the academy, get your ass in the academy because we'll change your life. But once you're in the academy, it's like when you see all these other students succeeding and you have like literally access to the blueprint that's like right in front of you. It's like right there. I feel like a lot of people don't take it, and it's like, what are you waiting for? Like it's right there. All you got to do is watch it and do it. But like there's so much shit that goes on in people's heads, right, Cole? Like it's like, okay, first of all, you got to get yourself to watch it. But then I feel like most people get themselves to watch it, but then they pause to do it. Because they're like,
it's
okay,
the perspective of it. All right. It's the same thing with your fitness clients, guys. Like how, as a fitness coach, just nod your fucking head. All right. And if you're listening to this on an audio only, nod your fucking head anyways. All right. How many times do you guys get annoyed when you have somebody come into your program as a fitness coach and they don't do the work? Why the fuck did they even hire you? It doesn't even make sense. Like they're taking that step and then they're not implementing the things that they want to actually change. And that's exactly what it is with this business shit. This is why Christine was successful, because she came in and 3 days later ran a challenge and then fucking made 10K. It's like literally that.
Dude. And like, and the faster, like, cause like we're talking about contrast, right? Like the skill that made Christine successful is this, like, I'm take fast fucking action.
Yep.
The truth is, like, I feel like like 60% of people are on the other side.
Yep.
Like contemplating, waiting, opening up the TikTok app, looking
is this the right move? How
watching another video, creating a video, but then questioning it and not knowing if it's good enough, and then not thinking it's as good as Cole's or Brian's, so not posting it. It's like, just fucking post it.
Yeah.
Just do it and then figure it out. What's that?
Like, just get it out there. Same with your content too. Like something is better than nothing. And if you're giving something that people can either relate to or find inspiration or motivation or get value from, it's better than just having, nothing for days. And then someone comes to your profile because they maybe saw something and they're like, what does this person even do? Like what?
Exactly. It's the entire gist, guys, is like take fast action, but also just start putting in the fucking work. Because if you want to be successful, if you want to see results like she has, it's all about just doing the fucking work. And if she would have failed, I guarantee you she would still be just as successful as she is today, because she would have been like, oh, okay, that didn't work. Now let's put a little bit more time into it and bust it again.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Exactly. Okay. So, guys, if you're taking notes or nuggets as Christine's talking, I feel like she's dropping little nugs. So if you're taking nugs, just like write them down. Especially if you're tuning in a podcast, we want to hear what's kind of resonating. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Christine, when you joined, you didn't have a big Instagram following. And you kind of like, you started, I think, with like 900 to 1,000 followers, something like that. Like, didn't have a big social media following, and you were still able to get to $10,000 a month pretty rapidly. And now your following has grown a lot. Like, I just checked your profile the other day. It was like 3,900, something like that. Yeah. So I'm curious for you, what does your process for like network expansion look like? And maybe could you like drop like a nugget or a ninja trick for the academy?
For me, Facebook is a better platform for me. It always has been. I think more of my ideal client hangs out there.
Because you're targeting moms, right?
Yeah, moms are like ladies, just unhappy, middle-aged, overweight ladies, or that type of avatar. But for growing Instagram, just basically putting out content, being consistent with content, and following other people and liking and engaging, being social on social media. And then they see your content, and if they like it, they follow you back. And that's pretty much how my Instagram has grown. When I started in 10K, so a year ago, I was under 1,000 followers, probably like 500. And now this week, actually, I'm thinking that we'll break 4,000 followers. So it's growing, that's for sure. Facebook, though, is more like my jam, more where my clients come from. And with that, it's just like, it all started with the clients that I knew in person, that I had that relationship with. And when I transferred to online, like really just wowing them and proving to them that like, I can have so much more impact online than I can in person, even though I don't see you. Mm-hmm. And then from there, those people talk and, you know, word spreads. So, and just encouraging your clients to share and to send referrals. And then from there, adding mutual friends of your clients. And it just like grew like a big network pretty much.
I hope you guys are taking fucking notes.
I was just gonna say, dude, like she's so like you're
she's
like
so
slowly,
subtle. She's fucking subtle.
subtle moving through it, and it's just like boom, boom, boom,
yeah, like,
boom.
There's a little nugget. There's a little nugget. Question. So you said one of the things, because I think that, you know, the people that are listening to this right now, a lot of our academy members do have clients. And one of the things that you said is you're like, yo, like you got to make sure your clients get killer results and like make sure that they're getting like awesome results. Can you maybe give like 1 or 2 tips for running a powerful Facebook community, like something that you do that helps your community thrive? Because I think a Facebook community is a big part of having a successful business.
Mm-hmm. Just showing up, and like because you're not there in person, these people still want to see you, and they still value any interaction with you, whether it's doing a live or hosting like a Q&A or their check-in, sending a video feedback. Like that's special to them, and they're here for you. Like they didn't just come to hang out. Like they came for you. They're there for you because they saw something in you that they think will help them. So staying consistent, I think, in a schedule and showing up like for them, and even asking like what they, you know, if you're just starting out, ask what they would like, ask how you can help them more.
Okay, so if you're listening to this right now and you're in the academy, take notes. Even if you're not in the academy, you can take notes. Create a schedule.
Yep.
I would say a super simple schedule to start. Maybe 1 live a week where you do like a topic on fitness, nutrition, mindset, etc. Like just do some sort of training that you think you're like, and you could even say, right, so you could have 1 training per week that you drop something that's going to help them with their fitness goals, whether that be a nutrition training or a mindset training or a whatever it is, stress reduction. Once a week you do one of those. And then once a week you do a Q&A, and then your weekly check-ins. And I feel like that's a good place for most people to start. And obviously in the mastermind we cover like Facebook groups in depth, but I think that's a good place for the academy to start. Would you agree? Cool.
100%. Super simple, guys. Like it's super subtle things make a huge fucking difference, because people want to connect with you on a deeper level, and that's something that she's very good at. All right, and that's why like we joked around about like just subtle talking about the Facebook groups like that, because a lot of people might be listening to that and they're like, holy fuck, like that actually makes a lot of sense, because they're not doing it, because the simple things go a long fucking way.
One thing that Christine said that I really want to fucking hammer is that when you make a schedule, the only way that you miss a call is if you're dead or in the hospital.
Yeah, straight up, guys.
Because I think that newer online, this might be a habit that you may have or may have not have, but I can fucking promise you that if you have a coaching schedule and you cancel your call, that tells your client subconsciously that they cannot trust you.
Yep.
Or that they're not important to you either.
Oh, and that they're not important. I fucking love that.
It also, in a not so nice way, because Christine did like the nicer way, and Brian said it also makes you look fucking lazy and unprofessional. Mm-hmm. Like you're an adult. You wouldn't miss a fucking business meeting if you were working a 9-to-5 job. You wouldn't miss an important business meeting if you were in like some high-end corporate job. So show the fuck up for your clients, because you're making a commitment to them.
Dude, and here's the hard part about that, right? Is because like I feel like that to me is super like 1 and 0. Like I'd rather like drive my car off a bridge than miss a coaching call.
Yeah.
But for new coaches, I don't think they understand the importance of that, because a new coach might be depressed one day and they're like, I can't do Q&A, I'm depressed. It's like, figure it the fuck out, man.
I have a little, I guess, an analogy for you guys as well when it comes down to this, because I've actually had people ask me that question before when we've broken down Facebook groups and trainings and showing up to calls, etc. I want you to think about this, because I feel like it's happened to everybody. I want you to think about a date or a get together that you were supposed to go on with friends or somebody that you really liked, and then last minute that person bailed on you. Think about that feeling. Think about how that made you feel. Think about how angry you were or whatever. And then realize that that's how people feel when you bail on their fucking calls. Because if you commit to your clients and they're all ready to show up and they're like, yeah, I get to see Christine, I'm fucking amped today, she's going to be like motivating me after a hard weekend. And then she's like, last minute, sorry, I'm not doing the call. Then they're like, well, what the fuck? And they feel like shit.
That's a sure way for your retention to go down. because if you're not showing up, just like if you had a friend that always bailed on you last minute, you're not going to ask that friend to hang out anymore. If you're bailing on your clients, they're not going to ask you to hang out anymore.
Yeah.
100%. And so like, guys, I think that a lot of trainers, especially newer ones struggling or that are getting started, don't have a Facebook community because they don't know how to build one, or they don't want to manage it, or blah, 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 blah. But if you like paying your fucking rent and you like clients sticking around and you want them to refer you clients and you want to grow your business from within, not just from lead gen, then build a community, get a schedule, and stay consistent with it.
Yep.
Okay. So Christine, let's talk about going from 10K a month to 20K a month, because that was when, that's basically what we did in the mastermind. And then after the mastermind, you graduated, continued to use the tools, you hit 30, which is awesome. What were some of the biggest roadblocks that you had to get over to go from 10K to 20K?
I think the biggest one for me was just accepting the fact that I could no longer do it all. Like I had to have a team in place, and I had to be able to trust them too. So like we all think we know our business best, and like we're going to do the best thing for it. But when you bring someone else into the mix, you don't necessarily know that anymore, because you're trusting someone else to care as much about your business and your clients as you do. So I think that was like the number one thing for me, was like letting go of control a little bit, and just letting someone else be part of it, and trusting them that they were going to care as much too, and do all the same things.
Did you ever have any doubt that you were going to hit 20 or 30? Like, did you ever think that you were going to hit it?
It was always like this lofty goal. And even when I wrote it down, I remember I'm a sticky note person. I have sticky notes all over with quotes and goals and whatnot. And I had
another nugget.
I had on my computer right here, I had 26K, but just in big like bubble letters written, and it was stuck right there. And every day I'd look at it, but every day I was sort of like, that would be cool, but like, I don't know if it's going to happen. But I just kept working away at it. I think actually I graduated the mastermind at 26, I think was what I hit on the last one. So
let's fucking go. Let's go.
A little bit of a mindset question, Christine. I'm curious here on a serious note. Mentally, how much has your life changed since you went from making $10,000 to $30,000 a month? Is like mentally anything changed in your life, or is everything basically the same?
I think it's more like I have more of an unshakable mindset, where like if shit happens or something goes wrong, I'm more able to work through it. Like I've just developed my mindset too, between my morning routine and staying consistent with that, and like telling my clients the importance of a morning routine, and watching their lives change when they implement that.
Yep.
It just even backs up how important that is, and how important, like, mindset is the key behind anything, really. Like with our clients too, they all stress over the exercise, like, oh, I didn't get my workout in today. And your workout really doesn't mean shit. It's your mindset. If you can't understand like why you're filling your body with shitty foods, or if you can't understand why you're doing the things that you're doing that is like self-defeating, then you're not going to get anywhere.
I fucking love that. You want to know why? It's because I honestly think this. I think that everyone, like 99% of humans, know that mindset's important, but they don't actually like know it.
Yep.
Like they know it. Like they talk about it on their fucking posts, and they're like, positive mindset, and like stay committed and be disciplined and fucking all this bullshit. They know it, but they don't mean it. And then when you understand that everything happens because of your mindset, it's like you work on it every single day. Mm-hmm. And that's like, I talk about this in the mastermind. Like once you're in the mastermind, it's like, you never miss a fucking morning, because like the mornings are the key to your success. Because if you can win the morning, you'll win the day. And if you do that every day, then you win every day. And that momentum compounds over time. And eventually you're fucking way further than you even thought you would ever be. Mm-hmm. But like, if you take somebody like your story, Christine, where you were making $2,000 a month in the gym and you thought that was a really good income, and now to be making $30,000 a month online. It's like that, like in order to go from that to that, like your mind has to level up and you have to see yourself differently. You have to view your power differently. You have to view your ability to impact humans differently. You have to like see yourself from a different perspective and know that you deserve that wealth and that you're qualified and capable of earning it. Right. It's the same thing for fucking Cole. For Cole to go from Percocet addicted iron worker, like on beams, like high on drugs and drinking 5 years ago to now running a 7-figure online business alongside his fucking boy. It's like your mind. It's like your mindset. Like your mindset has to level up. And it's one of those things that everybody thinks about and they fucking write posts about and they talk to their friends about, but they don't actually internalize. But when you actually internalize mindset, you will never miss a fucking day of working on it because you know how important it is.
And then seeing results, and I'm going to say this, and don't worry, I'll caveat it in a minute, but seeing results like Christine has is easy. Like, don't get me wrong, it takes work, it takes grind mode, it takes dedication, it takes commitment. However, and I say this all the time, guys, once you hit 10K, it's not that hard to fucking break 10K again.
Agreed.
It's like, holy shit, $10,000 is literally nothing. It's like, okay, dope. Like, I just got to do the same thing I've been doing. And then it's like, oh, okay. Then you start to get more intense with your mornings. And then you're like, what the fuck? I just hit 20K. And you're like, this is like, it's still hard work. It still takes dedication. But when your mind is so goddamn bulletproof that a number doesn't bother you anymore, you're like, I can hit anything. Let's go. Like, this is fucking fine. That's why I wanted to bring that up, because a lot of people panic when they see that 10K number. And I always bring it up to them, and it's hard to explain to people that haven't hit that number yet. But once you do, it becomes very easy to mimic that stuff over and over again.
Some good shit right there, guys.
Mm-hmm. Some
good shit. I love it. So, Christine, if you could go back to actually before I do that, you have a bulletproof mindset now, and I think that we were able to develop that in the mastermind with that like close one-on-one like contact, like that, like intimate contact. Can you talk a little bit about the coaches that are working for your business right now and like the intimate one-on-one contact that you have with them and like how you're able to like, are you working with them on their mindset as well? Or is that just something that you do in your own business?
They've both been my clients, the coaches that are in my community. I've just promoted from within. So they already know like the importance in the program of your mindset and all that, because like I said, like if you, if you're focusing on your workouts and you miss a workout and then you feel like shit, you miss your workout because of your mindset. Mm-hmm. So everything goes back to that. And I think that, they really understand the importance of that. And they're actually new. One of them I just like, promoted, whatever you would want to call it, last night, literally. So she's super excited, and everybody, the ladies in the community are super excited about it too. But that's definitely something that I'm going to be implementing more of, is taking like what we did in the mastermind, because I did that stuff with my clients, but now that I have more coaches working in my community, that's definitely something that I'm going to be implementing with them too, is that closeness and like making sure they're doing their morning routine and all that stuff. I learned from the best.
I love it. From Brian and Cole.
Yeah.
Smart.
Okay, so I want to talk to the moms right now, because you have 3 kids and 3 dogs. Can you talk about growing your business while being a parent? Because I think that there's a lot of mamas right now that are listening to this right now that are in the academy that have kids and also are trying to grow a business. What are some of the struggles that you deal with, and like how do you navigate being a mom and having kids? Like, do you have boundaries? Is there set work times? Like, how does that work?
At first, because the kids weren't in school when I first started with online coaching, it was more of a struggle then, because I literally had no time alone unless I left the house.
Yeah.
So I would stay up late after they were in bed, and that was like how I did most of my stuff. But when you think about it, whether you're working at a 9-to-5 job or you're at home with your children working, like which one is harder? You know, like you still have to leave and you still miss out on your kids and you still go to work and you still have the same stress when you get home from your job and you have to do all this shit around your house, you know, as a mother, and take care of your kids and that. But now as a online coach, it's hard. Yeah. But I would rather be able to, like, if the teacher calls that my kid's sick, I can just go pick him up and come back home. I don't have to like try and find someone to cover my session or cancel a session or, you know, do anything. I just got to go pick up my kid, and I can be their mom for a bit and make sure that they're good and get work done with my 2 fingers and my phone in my hand.
Amazing. I think that a lot of moms struggle to grow a business, and they like typically say that it's because of their kids. So in that situation, if I'm a mom and I'm struggling to grow my business because of my kids, what would your advice be?
I think you need to work on your mindset. You're making excuses, honestly. Like there's people out there who are busier than you and probably have more kids than you and have more responsibilities that are more successful than you. That's the thing I always tell myself, is that there's people out there that are busier than me, doing more than me. And so if they can do it, I can do it too.
If they can do it, I can do it too. Christine the Queen called you out. All right.
I'm legit like fucking like I want to explode right now, but I know if I do, then the baby downstairs is gonna start crying because I fucking got so amped up about that little part there, because you guys know how like bullish I am on excuses. So the fact that you said that makes my whole fucking day.
Yeah,
makes my whole day.
I feel like if me and Cole say it's excuses because of your mom, like we will get killed. So
can't get mad at us now.
Hearing it from another mom
with 3 kids.
With 3 kids is really cool, because it's cool to watch you do that. And I know that I just want to let you know, Christine, that there is a guy that's watching us right now. His name's Adrian the Young, and he just said that the reason that he said one of the reasons that he, you know, was able to be so successful in the mastermind is because he was so motivated by your work ethic and your speed of implementation. So I just wanted to give you and him a shout out on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool. The freak. And we're not going to say what we say in the chat.
The mastermind really is, though, like next level. Like if you want to level up, I credit a lot of my success to that, just being around those people. And I'm so competitive, like it's insane. I want to be the best. And so Don Lamb making however much he was making, and like Jace and all the people in there. It's just, when you surround yourself with people who are leveling up, you will too.
No, not just who are leveling up, who are fucking committed to leveling up. It's like that intense, like I'm going to the next level, and I will, like, if I need to drag myself there, I will.
Yeah.
That's like the intensity. Okay. Last question, Christine the Queen. If you could go back and talk to the old Christine, the old version of you that just started in the 10K Coaching Academy, and first day, you now goes back to you then, what would you say to that person so that she got the best possible results from the Academy?
I don't even know that I have like one thing. I think that all the skills that I had really, really helped out. But I think the thing that would have sped me up was if I was even more consistent than I was. Like I was okay consistent, but when I look back to what I was then to how I am now, like it was nothing compared to how consistent I am now, and consistent like with my clients and my content and all that. So consistency. And then and that goes back to mindset too. If I had focused on my mindset from the start, from day one, I feel like it would be even further than I am now.
Mm. Consistency and mindset. It's those 2 words that people hate.
It's the words that literally they hate us for.
They're like, no, I want lead gen.
What do I do here? Oh, you get consistent, you work on your mindset. They're like, Cole, go fuck yourself. They're like, well, Brian, what do I do? Because Cole gave me a bullshit answer. Well, you do consistency and mindset. And they're like, I fuck.
Where's the 3 lead gen secrets? It's like we already gave you them.
Yeah.
We already gave you them. It's the mindset. Dude, this was freaking awesome. Cole, is there anything else that you wanted to say before we close out?
No, we just appreciate the fuck out of you, girl. All right. We've obviously seen you grow immensely as a coach, like really step into your fucking power, and the fact that you're doing so well and you took the time to kind of give some advice and some ninja tricks for everybody else. We appreciate you.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say, Christine? Christine the Queen?
I'm a big fan of like send the elevator back down, you know, like once you've sort of grown and you're more successful, send the elevator back down, you know, for somebody else. And I am looking for one coach to hire in my community that's ready to hit the ground. I said to Brian yesterday, running or like at least skipping, and I can help you to run. I have don't get me wrong, my coaches that I've promoted in my community are amazing. They aren't certified personal trainers though. So they're not coaching any clients themselves. They're still in the mentoring phase. So I'm looking for someone that's ready to, you know, coach clients and join an amazing community that's successful.
Cool. I love it. Guys, Christine is very successful. And the one-on-one attention, I think, is really, really important. I think if you're listening to this right now and you are in the academy and you are a female and you're maybe looking for a little bit more like guidance, like one-on-one guidance, this could be a really great opportunity because Christine is very, very, very smart. And she is looking for ladies only, by the way. So fellas, sorry. Fellas, Keith Arrington came on podcast on Monday, and Keith Arrington is looking for, I think he's looking for a guy. So guys, that's it. That's all. Christine, where do they find you?
On Facebook, just Christine Cardenas. On Instagram at Coach Xteen Cardenas. That's about it.
Cool.
Working on.
I hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just a reminder that we're giving away $1,000 cash on the podcast. All you need to do is screenshot this podcast, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at BMarkFit. Let me know that you're tuning in and you're automatically entering $1,000 cash. Peace, love, protein. Have the best day of your entire life. And we'll talk to you soon. Let's fucking go.